Hello and welcome. My name is Jocelyn and today we are talking about my low buy, my beauty budget. This is going to be a little bit different than my previous updates. I did start a low buy at the beginning of the year and I had certain parameters set in place for myself. I had been doing really well. I continue to be doing really well. There's no changes there in how well I'm doing, but I am making major changes to my low buy. And there's a couple different reasons for that and I'll go into it obviously in this video. That's what the point of this video is. I'm gonna have kind of 3 different segments, I believe, not including like an intro and an outro. I just felt like in my previous updates it wasn't helping people the way that I wanted my low buy to help people. Well, I don't know, there's like, okay, hold on. So I started the low buy out primarily just for myself. I had an idea in my mind. I didn't want to spend as much money this year on makeup as I did last year, because I spent a lot of money on makeup last year, and I did do a full video on how much I spent on what, where, all of that. It is up on my channel. It was posted at the beginning of this year. So I had all of that information and my goal was just to spend less. Just spend less, that's it. And to spend less, you buy less. So that was kind of my thinking at the beginning of the year, was I just kind of want to spend less money. So I worked out what that would look like, and so I set myself item goals for every month. I had set these goals in place, and as the months wore on, as I posted my update videos, I kind of just realized that I want this to be more than just for me. I wanted to be able to incentivize other people to follow their own low buy, their own no buy, their own beauty budget. I wanted to I just kind of do better in a way, and also I was kind of realizing that I had set item goals for myself, but what I think I would rather do is to set monetary goals for myself. So we'll talk about that more later in the video. I want to change the structure of my beauty budget, and I want to change the structure of these update videos. So the way that I'm changing these videos is I want to primarily talk about things that tempted me the previous month, so things that I really wanted to buy but didn't buy, that I talked myself out of, that I held strong on and didn't purchase. And then I also want to talk about how I used my budget, what I did purchase. So going forward, those are the 2 things that I want to include in these update videos. I think that they'll be very important. They can help incentivize people. Maybe I could give people tips and tricks, because before it just felt like I was shouting out into the void of look at all the stuff that I bought, but instead now I want to talk about things that I didn't buy and why I chose not to buy them even though they were things that I was really interested in, and then things that I thought were good enough to spend my budget on. So those 2 things are going to be included in this video, and I'm also going to include a segment in this video of the changes that I'm making to my low buy, to my beauty budget, and just kind of share with you what those changes are and what you can expect from my beauty budget moving forward. Where to begin? Let's go ahead and just start with the out of place topic, which is what I'm changing my beauty budget into. So previously I had again set a number goal every month. I allowed myself to purchase 3 extraneous makeup purchases. Things that I probably didn't need. Lipsticks, eyeshadows, blushes, bronzers, highlighters, things that I've got a lot of and aren't replacement items. Because the other thing is that I allowed myself as many replacement items as I wanted and it didn't count against me, which that was fine. Also, I had a palette goal for the year, so I didn't want to allow myself to purchase more than 6 palettes in the year, which I think I'm still going to maintain that goal because I do have a lot of eyeshadow palettes. Although I don't want to not buy eyeshadow palettes anymore, I would like to focus on what I have and not bring in too many eyeshadow palettes this year. So my goal this year is to not purchase more than 6 eyeshadow palettes, and 2 of those can be from mainstream brands, 4 of those must be from indie brands. That I believe I'm going to maintain. Now, the number goal. What I've decided is to basically do away with that. I don't really feel as though, aside from kind of lipsticks and eyeshadows, of course, I don't feel like I have too much in any other category. I'm not too worried about how many products I have because I feel like I do a really good job project panning, circulating through my collection. Even lipsticks, I do have quite a few. I mean, look at this little tower right here. There's no arguing that I have a lot of makeup, but I also don't feel overwhelmed by my makeup collection. So having a number goal for the month, or not goal, but restriction for the month, for my low buy doesn't really make sense. So what changed? First of all, I came to that realization that, you know what? A number goal versus a monetary goal, monetary makes more sense for me. Maybe you have a huge collection, you don't want to buy as many things, and a number goal makes more sense for you. Totally fine. The more I thought about it, the more I thought it just doesn't make sense, especially because the whole point of my low buy was to spend less money on makeup. If I'm setting myself a number goal, you know, I could buy only from high-end, super expensive brands and be spending more money even though I'm buying less products. You know, I don't know what I was thinking at the beginning of the year. So we're making changes, you know, that's okay. That is called growth. So my number goal is going away aside from palettes. As far as right now is maintaining itself because that makes sense to me. So we are changing my beauty budget into a true beauty budget, or more so lifestyle budget. If any of you follow along with Louise Poston, she is doing something very similar and she truly heavily inspired me. I really love watching her updates. They make a lot of sense to me. A big thing that has also changed my viewpoint on my entire beauty budget low buy is that Alex and I think are officially pretty sure, pretty positive, going to be buying a house this year, which is a lot. It's a lot. It's exciting, nerve-wracking. We are very excited. Also, that means not spending a ton of money and having a solid budget that is kept to. So that also changed. We were thinking that we were gonna buy a house next year, but when we started meeting with people and going over numbers, and I really like our apartment, but I would love to have a house, to have a home, and if we can, and it seems like we've positioned ourselves pretty well, that's what we wanna do. So couple things that changed my mindset, external house factors. We are now doing a monetary focused beauty budget, life budget. Alex and I both sat down, did all of our budgeting Excel spreadsheet. We looked at all of the bills and the rent and monthly things that have to be paid or have to be saved or any of that kind of stuff. So we broke it all down and we decided on how much we each would get kind of at the beginning of the month, kind of per pay period. We each get paid a different week. So every week we're getting a paycheck, which is kind of nice. Essentially though, if we go by the month, right? Our monthly budget will change a little bit by month because his paychecks are typically different almost every other week because of just the style of work that he does and going to school and all this kind of stuff. We essentially are allowing ourselves a set amount of money, and what we're gonna do is pull that money out of the bank account and have it physically with us so that when we go to buy something, it is more impactful than if we just, you know, swiped a card or bought something online or any of that kind of stuff. If you have physical cash in your hand, in your wallet, and you have to take that out and pay for it and see how much you have left, I think it's gonna be much more impactful and make us always think twice. We each get a certain amount at the beginning of the month. Now, I believe that our amounts at the beginning of the month are around $180. So that's for basically the whole month. We get $180 each. And that goes towards any lunches we want to have. So not like packed lunches from home, but this is like fast food lunches essentially. So anything like that. If I want to get a drive-through coffee, that's going to be included. If I want to buy makeup, skincare, non-essential things, that is going to be included in our $180, which is gonna be interesting. That also includes clothing. So really, truly anything that is not, you know, food, groceries, or laundry detergent or dish soap or, you know, those essential kind of things. It'll be interesting. I'm really excited to do this. I think it's going to be eye-opening. It'll also help, I think, with online purchasing because we'll have that cash in hand and have to physically go to a bank to deposit that cash if we want to buy something online. And I think that that's a problem that both of us might have, is not really thinking and associating money with online purchases because you don't really ever see it. So my budget essentially is $180 at the beginning of the month. Those are the changes. The fear that people might have is that, oh, well, now you can make all of these purchases, you know, you can buy a bunch of cheap makeup. And I don't think that's going to happen because I'm gonna want to save that money, you know, like I'm not gonna want to spend a whole bunch of money on makeup when I only have a set amount. I'm gonna have to really truly budget all like my little stack of cash every month. So that's the update. I'm trying to think if there's anything I'm missing about that. Replacement products are going to be included in that $180 because I only have $180 to spend. I'm really excited about the changes that I'm making, and I'm excited to share in my updates with you. I will, in these updates, again, share with you things that tempted me that I didn't buy, as well as things that I did end up buying. So this is gonna include a wide variety of things probably, so including makeup, skincare, fashion items, a variety of home items potentially. We shall see. So if you have any questions or I missed anything or you don't think that I thought about something, please leave them down in the comments below and I will talk it through with you. Now that I've explained kind of the updates to my low buy, I do have a bunch of stuff to talk about. I do have some things to talk about that I bought last month, most of which I did not include or was not included in my VIB sale haul. So that haul did happen before any budgeting was made, but I do have all of the things that I bought during the VIB sale in that video, which I will link down below. So I'm not going to be including anything except one thing in this video from that haul, but I do have a few extra things. These are like examples of things that you would see in future low buy updates. And then I'm also going to talk about some things that severely tempted me in the last month or so, things that I want so bad that maybe will become a part of these videos in the I bought this category, but we shall see. Okay, so I think we'll start with things that I wanted to buy but didn't. Things that tempted me like no other. And I have a few of them. Let's actually start with the Sephora VIB sale, right? So I often buy a lot of things during the Sephora VIB sale. A lot of skincare, which I did. I buy a lot of skincare backups and just things that I've been wanting to try. I buy some makeup things that I have run out of, repurchases, or things that I've been wanting to try for a really long time. If I had not been on my low buy, there's a few things that I want to talk about that I probably would have purchased. Because this time last year, I had no self-controls, right? Or I had little self-control. First and foremost, Cover FX came out with the Monochromatic blush and bronzer duos. These look so beautiful. These, oh my gosh, and I've seen so many people haul these. What's funny is I didn't think that these had come out yet by the time the sale was over, or I maybe would have purchased one of them. I would have been like, this close. These are beautiful, but I did not purchase them. I didn't look hard enough into them to have even decided which one I would have wanted to purchase, but I looked over these many times, and there was a couple times when I searched on the Sephora website to see if these were available while the sale was going on, but I never found them, so I didn't end up buying one at all. It wasn't, in fact, until after the Sephora sale was over that I saw people had purchased them during the sale, like on the last day or something. So I was like, oh, well, probably a good thing. I probably didn't need one of those, but they're so pretty. I don't even know how much these are. How much are these? They're probably like $30 or more. Oh, $38. Okay, yeah, ooh, those are like 40 bucks. I should put some of these things on my birthday wish list because it's coming up. Okay, so the Cover FX blush duos, I really wanted those. I didn't buy them, and it's okay. Ooh, also during the Sephora sale, I almost purchased the Charlotte Tilbury Matte Revolution lipstick in the shade Bond Girl. It's a natural berry red. I've been wearing the mini size of Pillow Talk for like a month and a half now, all of the time. I love it so much. I love the color, I love the texture, I love the formula. I really love that lipstick, and I really want more of them, and I also really like the packaging. In another year, I probably would have purchased this for $34, but I did not. I had other things that were prioritized over this lipstick, so it did not make the cut. Also, the Natasha Denona All Over Glow Face and Body Shimmer in powder. I almost bought this for $38, but I decided on the Fenty highlighter instead. This one right here, again, in another life, I probably would have purchased both of them, but I did not. I decided on this one because I love Fenty so much. Turns out I made a good decision. I love that Fenty highlighter. It's actually what I'm wearing today on the tip of my nose, on my cheekbone, cupid bow, all over the place. But again, in another life, I probably would have just bought both of them because that Natasha Denona highlighter has gotten extremely good reviews. It looks beautiful. It looks like something I would have worn the crap out of. But you know what? I chose one over the other. I didn't need both, and I didn't get both. That's basically everything that I wanted to touch on. I'm sure that there was probably like 10 more things that I was tempted by and didn't end up buying, but those were the strongest contenders that I essentially talked myself out of because something else took priority. Now, that was everything from Sephora again, but let's talk about another brand that is trying to suck my credit card right out of my pocket and just keep it for themselves. Colourpop. I don't think I've placed an order with Colourpop this year, which is obscene. I usually place a Colourpop order every, I think, 2 months. Usually. My friend did place one at the beginning of the year and I gave her some money for some products. So that did happen, but they have come out with so many things that I want so bad. And I am resisting strongly. I won't be surprised if I do place a Colourpop order within the next month or two, because usually I wait for the list of things I want to build up enough to make it worth it. But again, now I'm on a beauty budget, so who knows. Throwing it way back, the first thing on my Colourpop wish list that came out a long time ago, I might have found something else that I want more that's similar to this product, but for a very long time, I was strongly tempted by the Just My Luck palette, the beautiful green palette from Colourpop. It was so beautiful. I'm so into greens right now. So that's been on my wish list for a while, but again, I'm only allowed 6 palette purchases a year this year. And I didn't think I wanted this green palette enough to make it be one of the 2 mainstream palettes that I would have bought. So I did not and probably won't. Speaking of palettes, I think I want this one more, which is weird because it's just a plain, neutral, warm-toned, peachy-toned palette, but oh my gosh. This looks so beautiful. I want this. I want this. I want this real bad. I have thought about it many a times. Every single person I hear talk about this raves about it and says that it is beautiful. It works wonderfully. I've heard nothing but good things about this palette. So this is, I have not said yet, this is the Sweet Talk palette by Colourpop. The packaging is so feminine and so beautiful. The colors, there is a great combination of transition shades, deepening shades, super dark shades, shimmering shades, glittery, beautiful. I want it, but I don't know that it's worth being one of my 2 mainstream palette purchases. That's such a commitment because I've lumped Colourpop into my mainstream brands essentially because they are so well known in the community and they're sold at Ulta and sometimes Sephora, so I don't count them as an indie brand. Okay, and last but certainly not least, I've been watching a lot of Nisa Pisa recently and she's got this huge thing with lip gloss, and because of her, I really want to try the Colourpop So Juicy lip glosses. I really want to try Roundabout. Specifically, Roundabout looks so beautiful. I could see myself picking one of those up if I make a Colourpop order. Just maybe one. Just one to get my feet wet. I am actually wearing a lip gloss on top of a lipstick right now. So, one more thing we're going to talk about. This is an indie product. This is from an indie brand. This is an eyeshadow palette. Now, I said that I had found something different, an alternative to the Colourpop Just My Luck palette, and I think this is it. This is a palette by Give Me Glow Cosmetics. It is the Juicy Olive palette. It is $30. Not too bad for an indie brand. It's $5 a shade, which is really good. That's like Colourpop pricing. It is so beautiful. It is releasing on June 1st at 10 a.m. I could see this being something that I purchased for myself for my birthday as one of my indie brand eyeshadow palettes of the year. If you know of a monochromatic green eyeshadow palette that works really well, that's really great, that has good reviews, if you've tried it, if you haven't tried it, let me know down in the comments below. But this one I'm very, very interested in. I mean, obviously I haven't purchased it, but this is more of like a heads up in the future. This might be something I'm really interested in because I've had green eyeshadows on my mind for a very long time now and have not bit the bullet. There's been, I think, a few palettes that I've seen circulating. I think that there might have been, was there one by Certify? I don't remember. There's been a few though that have been out there that I've side-eyed quite a bit but have not made that jump for yet. I've been really good, staying very good at my budget, but this one is a strong contender for one of my 6 eyeshadow palette spots. So you'll have to let me know down in the comments below. Okay, so those are all of the purchases that we're going to talk about that I talked myself out of, that I decided was not worth my budget money, that was not worth my time, that I prioritized under something else. So I did buy some things last month. You know, I bought a lot of stuff last month with the VIB sale. I had gift cards that I used, and I also had been saving YouTube money that I used towards that. So I didn't spend too much money on the VIB sale, but I did buy a lot of stuff. So I'm not going to include any of that except one thing today to share with you, and that's because it's a palette. If you want to see everything that I bought during the VIB sale, I'll link that video down below. But there are some things that I did not include in that video because I didn't buy them during the Sephora VIB sale or didn't buy them at all at Sephora that I thought I would share with you. These are examples of things that I would include in future budget update videos. So we've got some makeup, we've got some extra fun things, we've got a little bit of fashion stuff, and we've got some hair care stuff. So I thought I would just kind of give you an example of what the future of these videos look like. It's just kind of, you know, give and take as we go. We'll see what works and what doesn't work. My previous low buy updates were just not working. They didn't feel quite right. So without further ado, let me share with you some things that I did purchase. I did go to Target with my friend and picked up a couple of things. So I did run out of my eye cream, and because I'm not too specific with eye creams, I thought I would try and find an inexpensive eye cream from a cruelty-free brand at the drugstore. So what I found was this e.l.f. product right here. This is the e.l.f. Illuminating Eye Cream. Helps hydrate and minimize the appearance of dark circles and puffiness for glowy, healthy looking skin, infused with purified water and vitamin C. So I have been using this twice a day, and this is what it looks like. It's just a white creamy eye cream. I don't think I really love this. I mean, again, I don't have a lot of problems with my under eyes, so I'll probably just continue to use this and use it up because I think it was maybe $3.99, maybe $4.99. I'm not totally sure. I don't really remember, but it was inexpensive, right? It's e.l.f. from the drugstore. I did need an eye cream. I bought it. Probably wouldn't buy this one again. I know that they have another eye related cream kind of product, so maybe I'll try that one next, but I didn't love this. Again, would not rebuy it. Next, from Target, I did buy a new foundation brush. I did mention, or have been mentioning for what seems like months and months and months, that I'm looking to expand my brush collection. I'm looking to try new brushes that are not Morphe because I seem to have way too many of those, and too many people have too many negative thoughts and feelings and responses to Morphe products, which I understand. But I thought I would try and branch out, expand, and I ended up picking up this e.l.f. brush. This is the Ultimate Blending Brush. It's decently dense. The big problem that I have with this is that, as you can probably see, it sheds like crazy. It was pretty inexpensive. I think it was like $4.99, $3.99. I could be wrong. It could be close to like $6.99, but I'm pretty sure this was very, very, very inexpensive, and I have been enjoying it. It blends my foundation in really, really well. I use it with more liquidy foundations. This month and right now, I'm using the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation, and this blends that really, really well. So I have been using this a lot, really enjoying this. Again, my biggest problem is that it sheds like a mofo. I do need to wash it. I think I've washed it once, but it does need a good washing again. One last makeup item, or oh no, I guess there's two more makeup items, but one other makeup item I want to talk about. A couple months ago, was it a couple months ago? Maybe. I don't know. A little while ago, I purchased the Physicians Formula Eye Booster Shimmer 2-in-1 Lash Boosting Eyeliner and Serum in Ultra Black. Yes, I bought the Ultra Black one, which is the one you're supposed to buy. And I've got to say, I do not like this. Every single time I went to do my eyeliner, it just never turned out good. And I feel like I'm a decent eyeliner person. I do it relatively well. I kind of know what I'm doing. And I just hated using it. I didn't like how black it was. I didn't like the wear on it. I didn't like the applicator. It just did not like it. I know that a lot of people really love it, just wasn't for me. So I went back to the NYX eyeliner. This is the Epic Ink Liner in just the shade black. This works a lot better for me than that one. I am not buying the Kat Von D Epic Ink Liner anymore, but that I will say that that one is my absolute favorite. This one still isn't quite up to the same level as that one, but it's pretty close. So this is the one that I found that I like the most. I do like the Stila one, but again, that one's very expensive, and I don't like the applicator on that one as much as I like the tip on this one. So there's that. I'm not too mad about it just because I hated using this so much, and I'm probably just gonna get rid of it now, but this one was a worthy investment. I mean, this is relatively inexpensive anyways. It's like $5.99, $6.99. Now that I'm on a beauty budget, I'm definitely gonna know prices a lot more. Let's talk about the last makeup item. This is a huge one. I think it's been included in a couple different, yeah, it was included in my Shop My Stash, and it was included in my VIP sale haul. So if you've seen those, this is not gonna be new, but I made my very first palette purchase of the year, and I did it because I cashed in 2,500 Sephora points and got a $100 gift card to Sephora. If I hadn't gotten that, I for sure would not be holding this right now. This is the Natasha Denona Gold Palette. So these bad boys retail for $129. It's very reflective and the lighting's all messed up. These are so expensive, $129. But I had the $100 gift card. I only paid $29 for this. Definitely worth it for $29. Is this worth it for $129? I do not think so. No, that is almost my entire budget nowadays. That is so expensive. No, 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 no. I would even say $100 is too much. I don't know how much I would feel comfortable paying for this. I don't know how much I would recommend spending on this, but it is very, very expensive. I don't know. It's basically whatever you're comfortable paying for an eyeshadow palette like this. The colors are beautiful. They work really well. Something like this I can wear all of the time. I mean, most of these shades, right? Maybe not these over here, but most of this palette I can use most of the time. I don't think it's worth more than $100 for sure. For $29, abso-freaking-lutely. So I bought it $29. It's now I'm down to 5 palettes this year, but again, I'm not too mad about it. I'm pretty excited about it. So let's talk about just a couple other things. I am currently transitioning my hair to blonde. It's going to be a very long process. I am naturally blonde. I don't know if you'll really be able to see my roots very well, but going blonde is quite a process, especially if you're going from red to blonde, because it's quite a jump. So my hairdresser recommended Olaplex to me, and she actually let me use her like card at a salon official place, so I got them at a discount, which I'm very grateful for because these puppies are very expensive, but I got them for like half the price. So these are the Olaplex number 4 and number 5 shampoo and conditioner. This is the Bond Maintenance Conditioner, repairs, strengthens, and hydrates all hair types, and then the Bond Maintenance Shampoo, repairs, strengthens, and hydrates all hair types. So both of these are the same thing. This brand is cruelty free. These smell pretty good. I know that you can buy them from Sephora. I did buy these last month and have been using them per the recommendation of my hairstylist. Last month, Alex and I were in the mall and we ended up buying shoes. I haven't had a pair of just regular old sneakers. I wear a lot of Toms and a lot of sandals during the summer, but I really wanted a pair of just like shoes, right? Just standard shoes. So I ended up buying Converse for the first time in so many years. I spent my high school years wearing Converse, and I'm so excited to have them in my life again. These ones are a little bit different than your standard old school Converse. They have more of a squishy back to them, which is great because I had a lot of issues with my heel and getting like blisters back there. So these have been great and super comfortable, and I love having a pair of Converse in my life again. And I think that's everything that I'm gonna chat about today. I do need to wrap this up because my brother's coming over, so let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. chat with me. Let me know how you would like these videos to be styled. If you like the whole, these are things that tempted me that I did not buy, and then these are the things that I did use my budget on. I mean, it'll be definitely a little bit different next month because I will have actual feedback to give you, actual ways that I spent my actual budget, because this last month I was still using the old way, and then this month is the start of the new way, and I'm very enthusiastic, very excited. So if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up, and if you would like to subscribe for more content, please don't forget to do so. All buttons are down below, and I think that is everything I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.